Have you ever felt like you're just constantly pushing, always reaching out for that next client, trying to get that promotion, maybe even chasing a relationship?
Oh, absolutely. That feeling of always being the one making the effort.
Exactly. And sometimes the results are, well, mixed, to say the least. If you've ever felt like you're perpetually chasing, you're definitely not alone.
It's a pretty common experience, I think.
Yeah. So today, we're going to do a deep dive into this really intriguing idea from our source material, the art of attraction.
Okay.
It puts forward this powerful but maybe a bit counterintuitive idea: make others come to you.
Which does sound odd at first, doesn't it?
It really does. Because, we're usually told the opposite.
Yeah.
Be proactive, go get it.
Right. The whole go-getter mentality.
But the art of attraction suggests something different. It says, don't set things up so people seek you out.
Which sounds passive.
Mm-hmm.
Almost.
That's what I thought initially. But the source implies it's actually deeply strategic. So what does setting things up really mean? That's our mission for this deep dive.
Yeah, let's unpack that.
How do we actually leverage this idea, move from always chasing to being, well, sought after?
It's exactly that paradox that makes it so interesting. It's definitely not about being passive or just waiting around.
Okay.
Like you said, it's strategic. It redirects your energy.
Yeah.
Instead of all that outward effort chasing things down,
Yeah.
you focus inward on cultivation. Think of it like creating a kind of magnetic field around yourself.
I like that. A magnetic field.
Yeah, or demonstrating real value, building a reputation that just naturally pulls others in. It's a shift from external pushing to internal generating.
So you're creating an environment where things are invited, not hunted down.
Precisely. And that single line honestly holds so much strategic insight for pretty much any part of life, work, personal stuff, creative projects.
Okay, that magnetic field idea helps clarify it. It's not passive waiting. It's a different kind of active force.
Exactly.
So let's really get into this. What does chasing actually imply here, beyond just, running after something? What's the hidden cost?
Well, chasing often comes from feeling like things are scarce, right? Like there's only so much to go around and you have to fight for your peace.
Right, the scarcity mindset.
Yeah. And besides just being tiring, it can unintentionally make you seem less valuable.
How so?
Because if you're always the one pursuing, you're kind of signaling that the thing you want, the job, the person, whatever, holds more power or value.
I see. It subtly changes the power dynamic.
Exactly. It can be a real drawback. We've all seen it, haven't we? Someone pursuing something so hard it actually becomes, well, off-putting.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Almost desperate sometimes.
Yeah, and it's reactive. You're constantly responding to things outside yourself, and often it just leads to burnout and maybe not even getting what you wanted, or not in a satisfying way.
Okay, that paints a really clear picture of why don't chase is important. It's draining and can lower your perceived value. So if that's one side of the coin, the other is setting things up so people seek you out. That's where the real action is, right?
Yeah.
How do we start doing that, this active design?
Yeah, what are we actually building to become this magnet?
Right.
At its heart, setting things up is about cultivating real inherent value. I like to think of it like tending a garden instead of, frantically chasing butterflies with a net.
Okay, nice analogy.
You prepare the soil, you plant good seeds, you water them, you nurture the growth.
Yeah.
And then the garden itself, just by being a great garden, naturally attracts bees, birds, butterflies.
And people who want to enjoy it.
Exactly. That value can be anything, really.
Yeah.
Exceptional skills, unique expertise, compelling vision, strong character, maybe just living a really interesting life.
Or even just being a genuinely good, empathetic person to be around.
Absolutely. It's fundamentally an inside-out approach. Focus on building yourself up, your qualities, your resources, so they become inherently attractive.
So you don't need to constantly convince or chase people externally.
Right. You become the center of gravity, and others are just naturally drawn into your orbit.
The garden analogy really works. It shows it's proactive. You're doing the work of tending, but it's not aggressive pursuit. So let's make this concrete. How does this actually look in different parts of life? Say professionally, instead of just spamming resumes or cold pitching constantly.
Yeah.
How do you set things up so opportunities or clients or even recruiters start coming to you?
Professionally, this is huge. It means really investing in your skills, like going deep, striving for excellence, developing a unique viewpoint or a niche that makes you stand out.
Okay, Not just being average.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
And it's about building a reputation through your actions, consistent, high-quality work, reliability, not just saying you're good.
Show, don't just tell.
Exactly. So instead of chasing every single job ad, maybe you focus on becoming a thought leader in your niche.
How? Like writing articles, speaking?
Could be sharing insights online, contributing to projects, publishing useful content, things that create visibility and establish your value without you directly asking for anything.
Ah, okay. So your reputation kind of precedes you.
Precisely. When you become known as the person for a specific thing, opportunities naturally start flowing your way. Recruiters find you because they've heard about your work. Your reputation does the heavy lifting.
That's a really powerful shift, demonstrating value through contribution, not just application forms. Okay, what about relationships? Personal, romantic, even just friendships. We often feel that urge to be the one always texting first, planning everything, or trying hard to win someone over.
Yeah, that's a tricky area, but the principle still applies.
Wow.
It translates to cultivating a rich, fulfilling life for yourself first.
Okay.
People are just naturally drawn to others who seem vibrant, confident, genuinely content.
So instead of constantly seeking validation or trying to pull people in.
You focus on your own growth, your passions, your interests. You become someone interesting, someone present, someone secure who offers connection without needing it desperately.
That involves things like boundaries too, right? Self-respect.
Absolutely. Healthy boundaries, self-respect, being authentically you. When you're not desperate for connection, but you're genuinely open to it, paradoxically, you become way more attractive.
Because people want to be around someone living a full life, not someone looking for others to fill a void.
Exactly that. That internal cultivation is deeply magnetic.
Building your own compelling world that others naturally want to step into makes sense.
Yeah.
And what about for creative people? Artists, writers, innovators, anyone with a passion project? How does setting things up work there? How do you get an audience or collaborators without constantly pushing your work on people?
For creatives, it really comes down to mastery and authenticity. Focus like a laser on making the best work you possibly can.
Refining the craft.
Continuously. And expressing your unique voice. When the work itself is genuinely compelling, maybe it solves a problem, maybe it just resonates deeply emotionally, it becomes its own magnet.
The work speaks for itself.
Right. So instead of pitching endlessly, maybe you share glimpses of your process, build a real community around your journey, or just let the sheer quality of the output draw people in.
And then collaborators might seek you out.
Yeah.
Or patrons.
Yeah. They're drawn to your vision, your skill, the authentic connection your work creates. The work itself is the invitation.
Okay, so if setting things up is this active cultivation of value across the board,
Yeah.
what are some concrete actions? How does this look day to day?
Great question. Moving from the what to the how.
Yeah.
The actions are varied, but they all point towards intentional self-focus and smart positioning.
Okay.
First, and this is the foundation, continuous self-development. Always be improving skills, knowledge, character. Build that intrinsic value.
Makes sense. The bedrock.
Second, clarity of purpose. Know what unique value you offer. What problems do you solve? What energy do you bring? This helps you project your presence effectively without having to chase.
Know your niche, almost.
Sort of, yeah. Third, strategic visibility. Make your value known, but don't push it constantly. High-quality output, thoughtful contributions, genuine connections that naturally spread the word.
Letting your actions speak.
Fourth, patience and persistence. This isn't an overnight fix. Building attraction takes time, consistent effort in cultivating, not just random bursts of chasing.
Right. It's a long game.
Definitely. And finally, designing your environment. Be intentional about who and what you surround yourself with. People, projects, places that support your growth and amplify your strengths.
So you're creating fertile ground for yourself.
Exactly. It's all an inside-out approach. Build the inner strength, the value, and then others are naturally drawn to it.
Wow, that's a really significant shift in mindset, isn't it? It's not just about changing tactics.
Oh, absolutely not. It's fundamental. It's a psychological shift.
How so?
It moves you away from that feeling of scarcity, that constant need for external validation.
To a place of abundance, self-worth.
Exactly. Abundance and intrinsic self-worth. When you're not chasing, you're not operating from desperation or neediness. You project confidence, self-reliance, real value.
And that changes how people see you.
Fundamentally, it alters the power dynamic in any interaction. It encourages others to recognize and seek out what you offer because they see its inherent worth, not because you're shouting about it.
Strategic influence, not overt control.
You got it. And that fosters much deeper, more authentic connections in the long run.
Okay, so as we wrap up this deep dive, the core message from The Art of Attraction seems incredibly clear. It's this profound shift from that often exhausting strategy of chasing to the much more strategic, more effective approach of setting things up so people seek you out.
And remembering that setting things up isn't passive at all.
No, it's active, it's intelligent design, often subtle, creating the right conditions for things to come to you.
And that strategic design, that has real long-term benefits, sustainability.
How do you mean?
Well, when people or opportunities seek you out, it's usually based on genuine perceived value that leads to connections or outcomes that are more meaningful, more lasting.
Because they weren't forced.
Exactly. They're intrinsically motivated. That builds a foundation of trust and mutual respect that can actually last. It feeds into this bigger picture of like genuine influence and engagement.
Where your presence is truly valued because it was sought out, not pushed on someone.
Precisely.
And the beauty here is just how widely applicable this is, right? Career, relationships, creative work. Anywhere, really.
Universal principle.
Yeah. Adopting this mindset could seriously change things. Imagine.
Yeah.
Less effort, potentially much greater impact, just by shifting from pushing to intelligently attracting.
It's a powerful reframe.
Definitely. So here's something for you, the listener, to think about as you go about your day. Consider one specific situation where you usually find yourself chasing.
Pinpoint one area.
Yeah. An opportunity, a person, an outcome. What's just one small, intentional way you could start to set things up differently?
How could you cultivate that environment?
Right. How could you invite what you desire to come to you instead? Thinking about that. It might just be the most powerful change you make all week.